Have you seen Mad Max? Okay, now imagine it's no fiction, that it's really happened, and that it was wars. There were no nuclear explosions. There was something more terrifying. People you couldn't find. More than 2000 years ago, on the steppe between Europe and Siberia, there was a people with no cities, no capital, and nowhere to surrender. The Scythians. Their country wasn't on the map, it moved. They lived on horseback, not as a metaphor, literally. Their bones were deformed from riding their entry lives, and they fought differently. They used small, curveballs made of wood, bone, and sinew. They fired without slowing their gallop, up to 20 arrows per minute. And here's the answer report. They could retreat while killing you. That backward shot that looks impossible in movies? It was real. The enemies thought they were winning. They died chasing them. Many arrows were poisoned, not with something quick, with mixtures of plants, rotting blood, and bacteria. A small wound could kill you days later. But that wasn't the worst part. When the Persian Empire tried to conquer them, it brought one of the largest armies of its time. The Scythians did not fade. They burned the grass, they plucked the wells, and they vanished. The Persians marched for weeks, with no water, no food, no enemy, until they surrendered, an empire defeated, without a single decisive battle. And now, something that may disturb you. For centuries, people said the stories about their brutality were exaggerated, until their graves were excavated. In southern Siberia, at a site called Tanu, human remains from 1700 years ago were analyzed. 87 individuals. The result was disturbing. A scientific study revealed that 1 out of every 4 died from extreme violence. But many wounds were not from war. Precise cuts to the neck and hook, clear signs of decapitation, evidence of throat slashing and scalping. There were men, there were women, there were children. Researchers believe that part of this violence was not combat, it was ritual, trophies, and that comes Herodotus. The Greek historian wrote that the Scythians scalped their enemies and hung the skin from their horses as a symbol of status. He also claimed something that sounded exaggerated, that they made quivers from their enemy's skin. For centuries, no one believed it, until 2023. A modern study analyzed Scythian letters fragments. Most were animal, but 2 quivers contained real human skin. One in darker, the human skin was placed on top, as if it were special, a trophy. However, the Scythians were not only violent, they connected Europe and Asia. They moved languages, gods, ideas. They left no cities, but they changed warfare forever. Mobile war, the invisible enemy, the fire of never catching, the one hunting you. Mad Max did not exaggerate, it just changed the setting. Mobile warriors live in a hostile environment, always on the move. Strengths, adaptability, and survival are everything. The war had already collapsed once. No one just called it an apocalypse.